Hi, my name's Jessica from Jessica's Craft Time, and today for our Wip and Chat, I've got a couple of things that I've finished that I've had some in my stash for a while, so I thought I'd just go through ones. These have been sitting here for a while, so I thought I'd show you. The first one's this little one here. Now I'm pretty sure it's about a 24 by 24. Yeah, about 24 and a half by 24 and a half. It was 30 by 30. This one came from Warwick Farm, which is a discount dollar world, dollar discount store. They were cute little kits for $4. It's around. It worked up okay. Obviously, it looks all right in the camera up close. It's a bit pixelated, but I didn't expect too much from these. They were just some cheap little kits that I got that would give me something to do in between breaking up some of my bigger ones. So there's that one there, and then the bigger one that I did from them was this one, which I'm not going to get all of it in the screen. This is 40 by 50, which measures 31 and a half by 41 and a half. So it was quite cute. It's also the first one that I've blinged up. So along here, I've put some ABs and around the eyes, and these were just all left over from kits. So, you know, there you go. So yet again, a nice little sort of project to do between some bigger ones. I'm not the biggest fan of rounds, so I'm not in love with it. I think it's turned out well, but personally I'm not the biggest fan of round, but it was a pleasure to work on. And this kit was, I think, $8, so they're a good price. So there's my two from Warwick Farm. Now, then I got these two, and if anyone saw the unboxing, this one I was really concerned about the purple in all the drills that came in. Now I'm not. I think it looks beautiful. I love the colouring in it. It turned out really well. It's not black and white. The zebras are not black and white, but it turned out really well. It was from, I've got a bit of something on it. It was from AliExpress. I'll have to look back over to see where I got it from. But it turned out all right. It wasn't my favourite square to work on, but as a cheaper kit, it was good. I did have quite a wait time on it, being from AliExpress, but it turned out all right. Lots of white, but I don't mind doing the blocking. So you had both worlds. You had heaps of blocking, and then in here was heaps of confetti. So normally I like to work in a small section. I was finding it was taking forever to do all the confetti. So what I did is I worked small sections but opened them up. So I did all the white first, and then I did I cut it into, I think, 4, and did the confetti in one block, the confetti in another block, and the confetti again. And that's the same with these ones here. So I think that turned out really well as well. You can see some of the lines underneath. They had some darker lines. They didn't quite, there is a bit of gapping, whether that's me not quite placing them right. So it's not the best kit to work on, but I did enjoy doing it. So I think these are going for gifts, but I'm not sure yet. At the moment, they'll just go into my portfolio. I went and purchased from Officeworks a couple of big art portfolios so I can keep them all flat and not covered in dust. Now, the other ones, which I will put a photo at the end of the Wip and Chat, was my storage boxes from Shoalhaven Diamond Dots. I love them. I love them. I'll put a photo up there on my storage unit out in my garage that stores all my postage things. I just pulled a drill off. And I absolutely love it. This has got all dusty. I've just pulled another drill off. So yeah, absolutely love the storage boxes. So I'll pop a video up of them at the end. Let's get into these while we have a little bit of a chat. See what I'm up to. So yeah, there's been quite a few finishes. They've all been sitting there. I didn't do them all in 1 week. They've all been sitting there for a little bit. but I thought I'd show you them, see what I've done. I'm now working on the dinosaur. So that's coming along. It's quite a little bit of blocking. I'm just going to pull you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see how we go there. Now the other thing which I just remembered that has come in that I was going to talk about, and I've left it inside, is the everlasting tips. They're from Etsy. I've got my tag here, the business card. That's them there. Now they are a little bit pricey. So the single placer is just, you take out this brass bit here and replace it, and then they have multi placers. They're a little bit pricey, but oh my God, are they fantastic? I love it. Absolutely have fallen in love with my everlasting tips, and as soon as I have the dollars, I will be replacing, because I've got 2 pens coming in from some pen makers in America. So they're taking their sweet time to get here. No fault of the seller at all. It's just the way everything is at the moment. So hopefully they will be here soon, and I can't wait until I have the money to put everlasting tips into my special pens. The one thing I did find out, this pen here is a Diamond Art Club. Now I think I got a 4 placer. It doesn't fit into the Diamond Art Club pens because the shaft of the placer is deeper than what the hole is in the top of the pen. So that's one thing I found out. But other than that, oh my God, I love them. They're so easy to use. I find that my placement of my drills is heaps better since using them. I'm getting things, especially when I'm multi-placing, I'm getting things so much straighter in my placing. I'm not having to go back and fiddle with my drills. And if you can see here, see the top of my 4 placer here? That's not meant to be like that. I wonder if I've got another 4 placer out here. I do. See what I've done to it? It just dints and breaks. So yeah, everlasting tips. If you can afford them, if there's something extra that you'd like to buy for yourself and you can afford them, they'll make your diamond painting just that much more enjoyable. So I'm kind of kicking myself that I forgot to bring it out today. But yeah, the one inside that I'm working on, and it works for round and square. So yeah, absolutely love my everlasting tips. Other than that, I've had a few things come in over the week. I've got a few more coming. Unfortunately, I just unboxed something which will go up at the end of the month, and it was missing pieces. I'm so upset. I've contacted the company, but now I'm just waiting, and of course there's a time difference, so I don't expect an instant response. So I'm just waiting to find out what's happening with that one. What are we doing? 1. So what's been happening this week? What did we do this week? So we're back at preschool for my little man. He's loving it. He likes to teach the teachers. So yeah, that's been happening. What did we do over the weekend? I don't think we did much again this weekend. We just had a little bit of a quieter time. My son was meant to go to his grandparents for the weekend, but yeah, because we went to the zoo during the week, yeah. And then he was meant to go down there for the weekend, but they're having their kitchen ripped out. so decided that was not the best time. So he heads off this weekend. It's also Father's Day coming up, so he'll be back Saturday night. What did we do on the weekend? We went for a walk. Oh, that's right. On Saturday, I went and brought my portfolios for all my diamond painting. Yay! And I got a new chair. Woohoo! For out here. It's not the most comfortable, but I'm sitting so much lower, so I'm not bumping the table with my legs all the time, which is great. And for things like diamond painting and my miniatures, I'm sitting a lot closer to them. So it's a lot easier for me to see what I'm doing. And hopefully I won't be pulling things off screen too much because I'm not having to lift it up to my face. So yeah, that was a bit exciting. We went for a bike ride. He's got his new bike. We've still got the training wheels on. We still need to do a few more bike rides. But I'm not sure what they're doing at preschool at the moment, but it is absolutely knocking him dead. He's coming home, he's having something to eat, and he's falling asleep. So we don't get much done after. Oh, that's what we did on Sunday. So Saturday, I went to Officeworks and got the portfolio. Sunday, we went and sussed out a new park, which is about 10 minutes drive away. And it was awesome. It was great. It had like a bike track in it. It had different play areas. Sorry, I am though bumping the table, so I have to work out how to stop doing that with my arms. Yeah, so we found a new playground. It had some fantastic play equipment for him to play on. It had a bike ride, had big shaded tree areas. It was right in the back street. It was busy because there was a birthday party going on there. But we went back again on Monday and there was no one there. In saying that, we then decided to go and have lunch at the park that day. So I'm like, yeah, instead of having lunch at home, let's just go down and have lunch at the park. But it was so windy. Now I know why no one was there. So it'll be interesting to go back during the week and see what it's like when it's not crazy windy and see how busy it gets. But it was really nice that it was busy, but people were able to distance themselves because it was a nice big area. There's an area for kicking the balls around. You can go on the bike track. They had toilets because not every park has toilets, which was always an added bonus for me because as soon as I get somewhere, I always need to go to the toilet. But then we finished up there and we thought, look, it's a little bit windy, but it's still a nice day. Oh, no, it wasn't windy. It was a really nice day, but we'd had enough at the park. I'm like, let's go and get ice cream and we'll go down to the river. So the street behind my son's preschool leads us down to the river, and we enjoy going down to the river. We quite often go down after preschool, have a snack, go for a little bit of a walk. But this was Sunday, and Sunday was an absolutely beautiful day. The only downside to Sunday was the fact that they had started doing backburning around the national park. So we were quite covered in smoke in our little area, which I have no problem with. I knew it was coming, and I would much prefer that we have smoke hanging around for a controlled burn than we have the bushfires that we did earlier this year. People apparently though complain about it, and they had to adjust when they were going to do the burn-offs because people are complaining about the smoke. And I'm like, really? I'd much prefer to spend the next couple of weekends with smoke hanging around through a controlled burn than live through what we did, where we had weeks of just absolutely thick smoke. We couldn't breathe, and so many people lost their livelihoods and their animals, and it was just a scary time here during the fire season. It was scary. I don't want that to happen again. So That was Sunday, but the park we were at was nice and clear. The smoke was blowing towards our house, not towards this park. But after the park, I said, let's go. There's a milk bar at the top of the street where the river is. Let's go and grab ice creams and go down the river. Yeah, that was a really, really bad move. Where we go down to the river is our local boat ramp. It was a beautiful day on Sunday. It was an absolutely beautiful day. By the time we decided to go down, it was like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we stopped. We noticed that there was quite a few people parked. We'd gone down the side street and there was no parking. So we came up and parked around behind the shops. And there was a few cars with boat trailers on all the way up the top of the hill behind the shops. Like, that's okay. So we went and got the ice cream. We got back in the car. I'm like, all right, it's going to be busy down there, but that's okay. We should find parking. Normally it's just really busy because there's still quite a few spots to park for just the car. There's not as many spots when it's busy to park your trailer, your boat trailer. So we pull into the top of the street and we stop, and there's people trying to get their boat up, and there's a queue of cars trying to get down to the river. A lot of them are just empty cars with empty trailers going down to pick up whoever's their boats. Anyway, so we sat and we sat and we sat and we sat, and it was just one car after another trying to weave between parked cars and everyone queuing to get down to the river. And it was crazy. So I'm like, all right, we need to eat our ice creams, because if we don't eat our ice creams, they're going to melt. So we got to sit, instead of going to the river, we got to sit in the car behind people with boat trailers and watch people negotiate the parked cars and everything and try and get their boats up from the river, because it's quite a steep hill too. So if you've got a decent sized boat, it's you've got to know how to drive your car to get it out. Because if you've got to stop on that hill, it's a decent hill. My car, when we first got our boat, we had to go and get a new car because my car really, really struggled to get it up the hill. If it had been my car trying to tow our boat up that hill, then my car would have died. It wouldn't have got the boat up. If you had to stop with it, it would have there's just not enough grunt in my car. But anyway, so we sat there. We ate our ice cream. We sat there for a few minutes more, and we're like, we've gone this whole time. I don't know, it was probably a good 20 minutes or more that we were there, because we sat for a bit and then we decided, oh, we better eat our ice cream. So then we ate our ice creams. So it was good, probably 20 minutes, half an hour, and we'd gone maybe 20 meters. And it was just queues and queues of cars in front of us. So we managed to, there was a gap behind us because there was sort of like a parked car there. So there was a gap behind us that we were able to reverse back up someone's driveway and turn around. We sort of gave up and went, nah, let's not go to the river today. So we'll have to remember, if it's a really nice sunny day, don't try and go to the river on a Sunday afternoon, because all that happens down there is people trying to get their boats out of the water. So we will not make that mistake again. But yeah, that was Sunday. And then what did we do during the week? What did we do Monday, Tuesday? Monday we went back to the park, and it was windy. We did some cleaning up, I think, around the house. And then normally I film on a Wednesday, but today's Thursday because I had a few other things going on yesterday. We had our hard rubbish booked in, which is crazy. Like, I'm used to either a designated time each year. So some councils I've been in, they've had, like, you know, twice a year, that's your hard rubbish pickup. And they do like suburbs at a time, which gets kind of crazy. Or you can just call up and book in, and you book in for like a week ahead. No, not here. I hadn't used hard rubbish before here in New South Wales, in the Shire. I booked our hard rubbish in March. And the earliest I could book it in was for September, which was crazy. Whether it had to do with the fact that a lot of people were booking in hard rubbish, because if you remember back at March was sort of the big blow up of the pandemic and a lot of people were cleaning up. I'm not sure. I just missed. But the earliest I could pick up was the start of September. So yesterday we spent the day. There was a few things I've been piling for quite some time around the side of my house. So we dragged all that out, and then we went through the garage and got rid of other bits and pieces and stacked it all. We found a lot more. I still had boxes from when we moved, which some of them have been sitting out there for 2 years, 2+ years. I did it again. So we really had, a lot of it was boxes. Some boxes I'd been saving that were like for certain things that I'm like, I can repack back into this. And I just went, nah, we're running out of space. Let's get rid of all these empty boxes. We don't need them. And I had to clean out, well, I had to help hubby clean out his little man cave room because we got the second mini fridge. So we had to rearrange things so that he's got a little fridge in his man cave room. I think they're 6s. A bit hard to see. So cleaned out his room, which I've got to walk through his room to get to my little section in the garage. And it's such a pleasure now to walk through his room. He's not one for cleaning up. And there was just stuff everywhere. So hopefully we've found a home for everything now. Because that's the one thing I find. If you don't have a home for everything, it doesn't get put away properly. You've got to have a home. And I know a lot of crafters tend to be very messy crafters. I don't. I like to have my home. Don't go into my sewing area because not everything has a home. So therefore there's stuff everywhere. But out here in my little crafting area, the light shining really bad on this and it's making it hard for me to see. And it's my light out here. You can probably actually see it clearer on the camera than what I can see it. It's reflecting off the glue, making it hard to see. So that took the better part of the day to help him do that, but we've rearranged everything. I even sneakily hung up a jigsaw puzzle we had framed years ago that's been sitting on the floor. He hasn't said anything to me. I'm like, I see a hook on the wall, I'm hanging it. So we did that yesterday, and that took a good portion of the day to do. And that's been our week, really. I feel I need to open up new sections. We've got Father's Day coming up this weekend. So we're heading down to our in-laws for lunch, which will be nice. Don't have to cook, don't have to think about it. The downside is hubby is a gamer. He likes to sit up late and play. He does not like getting up in the morning. And they've booked us in for lunch, which I don't know how keen I am about going out for lunch, but they've booked us in for lunch at 12 or something, which is quite early for us. Plus they're like 45 minutes away, so by the time we get up, we drive to them, we've got to go to their house. I think we'll just go, I don't know if we can all fit in one car, but we'll just go to their place first and then head out for lunch. So he has to be up in the morning, which he's not going to be wrapped about. So I've got to finish doing this and go and wrap his presents. I've made the card already. So that's a job for today. But other than that, not much else has happened in my life at the moment. We've now got quite a few cases in our local area, which is linked to a hotel, which I'm not overly excited about. So yeah, just really trying to keep to ourselves. If we go out anywhere publicly, going to like open area places where the sun's shining. Like shops. I thought about it. I wanted to get a financial yield diary, and I thought about going to the shops, and I didn't get one when I was in Officeworks the other day, and I'm like, nah, I'll just order one online, which is really bad. Like, we're not supporting retail, face-to-face retail, which I find hard because I have a background in retail, but the thought of going out and putting my mask on, and it's just easier to stay home, and I'm quite happy to stay at home. We did get a new table for my son for outside, because we'd got a wooden like picnic table, and it's just this, it was this really rubbish wood on it, and I was afraid if I sat anywhere near it, it would just explode. So we got rid of that in hard rubbish and brought him a nice solid one out there, because we like to do experiments. Oh, that's what we did on the weekend. No, we might have done it Tuesday. Maybe it was Tuesday. I don't know. Sometime the last couple of days. We did some experimenting with food dyes. So we did some mixing colours. So I just got 3 cups of different coloured food dye with water. And then we mixed the different colours together. In doing that, then we did the milk one, where you put milk on a plate and you cover it. You put some food dye drops in, and then you drop some dishwashing liquid in, and it all like moves around. And then I thought, oh, let's blow some bubbles. So we blew some bubbles, and that's where the bubble background started. I'm like, oh, we'll try it with the food dye, trying to dye my paper, which it kind of did work, but the colours weren't as vibrant. So I went and got the re-inkers, which stain everything, but that's part of the fun. And we did some bubble backgrounds with some cardstock, which was fun. So that made a huge mess, but lots of fun doing it. So, all right, let's see here. Yeah, let's keep going on with C. This lighting's not the best in here for me. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it so much clearer than what I can. Maybe I'll have to try and look through my camera. So yeah, we're still going to do a giveaway at 50 subscribers. So we're getting there, slowly ticking along. Welcome to everyone that has subscribed lately. All our new subscribers and our old ones. I really do appreciate it. Gives me a little bit of, a big smile every time I get a notification that there's a new subscriber on the page. So thank you very much. So yeah, I will be doing a little bit of a giveaway when we get to 50 subscribers. I'm not sure how I'm going to run it yet, but I'll work it out between now and then. So that's not too far off. Oh, I made some diamond painting pens during the week too, and last week. I wanted a little bit of a break of my diamond painting. I was starting to feel like I was doing too much of it. It was consuming me. So I needed a break. I needed to change it up a little bit. I don't like that wax I put in here. It's really sticky. And not sticky in a good way. So yeah, I did some polymer pens. I don't sell them. I help with a raffle page on Facebook, and there's a few ladies in there that diamond paint, so I have given them to pass them on to them. I just enjoy making them and playing with them. Yeah, I think that's all of it. So that was probably about it. That might sum it up for today. So we're getting there slowly. It's going to take a little while, but it's going to look really pretty, really pretty. So we've done the bottom bit here, and then we've started up here. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Pop that away. cover that up so it doesn't get all gross and dusty. It'll only just be the paper. I'm still loving my little, what do you call it? Pencil case, I guess. These are great because I can just store everything in. Unfortunately, my macaroon doesn't fit in, actually. Does it fit in? I think it's too tall. Yeah, it's too tall. My macaroon with my wax doesn't fit in there, so that's okay. It can sit next to it. I don't know if the tray does. Sometimes your tray do. No, I've got too many pens in it. But thank you very much for joining me. Welcome to all our new subscribers, and I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a chat and what's been going on this week. And I'll see you all next week. Take care.